Hello everyone and welcome to our fourth match in this year's tournament arc. As we can see, the bottom left of the bracket is already filled out for round 2. We're going to go just a little bit above that to look at the top left of the bracket. This game will be Dgessner versus Morokune. I hope that I'm saying Morokune right. I think he said that I was before. So we're going to see these two going up against each other to see who's going to be getting on that third slot in the left side of round 2 over here. So without any further ado, let's get right into the game. Okay, and here we are with Dgessner versus Morokune, whose name in Steam is sus backwards, and it looks like Morokune is going to win the dice roll, so he will be going first, which means he gets to ban first. Dgessner is a notorious Oculus player, so I imagine... Oh, he's banning Tetsuo, actually. Very interesting. I was so ready for the Oculus ban there. Dgessner is very known for playing a lot of Oculus. He's very scary with him. Who are we going to see Dgessner ban? It is going to be... I don't know who Morokune normally plays. It's going to be a Diaboron ban, understandable. Diaboron is pretty high in the meta right now. Diaboron, Orochimaru, Cell, Dio, Isabella a little bit. Very, very high tier characters at the moment. And it looks like Morokune has already chosen who his villain will be, and Dgessner now has his. So let's see the flip. Who's going to be the first game between these two? Gendo versus QB. Oh boy, waiting the matchup. I did not know that Dgessner played QB. Was unaware of that. I hope that our judge is Falk. I love Falk. I hope that he, moves all this stuff away from the... I might need to message him really quickly. Hold up a second. Let me see if I can really quick. There you go. He's doing it as I DM him. There you go. All right. Gendo versus QB. These are two slow characters. They are slow and fate resilient. So I am very interested to see how this plays out. It is going to be Sus going first. I might call him Sus. I might call him Morokune. Who knows? He's going to get a Purpose of Nerve straight onto Terminal Dogma and go for a Fate. He really wants to see that turn 1 time stop, but did not get it, which means that Dgessner is going to get at least a turn at School Rooftops before it gets covered by a time stop. And a little bit of discarding. Only discarding a Legacy of Gahern. Interesting. That must be a very strong hand. Losing Betrayal early is pretty unfortunate for Dgessner, but getting a Mass Production Ava off the rip is pretty good. I'm a little surprised that he's putting the Mass Production Ava at Terminal Dogma when he's playing as QB, because he doesn't really care about getting faded all that much. All that mutt? We're going to see him use Charade to go through the top of his deck a bit, discard some cards, and then throw Gertrude down over Downtown, and then Morokune is going to get very mad at the clock. And play out Misato and Ritsuko. They're very safe with that Betrayal gone. It's very good for Gendo to see that happen. We're going to see a Mass Production followed by a Red Alert here. Honestly, in this situation, I might have taken the Red Alert just to hopefully get deeper into like 5 Strength Angels potential and getting more stuff out there. We're going to see Dgessner throw out Charlotte and discard some more cards. They're playing so fast, and it's so early in the morning for me. I just got done with my morning workout. Body Destruction and Hunting Witches just going to kill Charlotte immediately before Grief Seeds is even out to get some benefit out of it. Not getting a time stop again is unfortunate, but also continual fading against Gendo doesn't do a whole lot in the first place. So, we're going to see a Selfish Wish, which is going to get Kyoko out here. And then at the end of the turn, Kyoko is going to get a -1 from the Labyrinth with Gertrude being there. Interesting that this Nerve Tank was thrown down at Tokyo 3. What Morokune really needs to do right now, he's setting up for the Atom Crawl later, which is good, but he also needs to get these Mass Production Avas out of here ASAP. We're going to see Dgessner go over to School Rooftop and get another Fade in. This time he is going to Red Alert because there's not a lot of point in doing a Synchro Fail right now. So now Ariel is out, 5 Strengther, who is going to be very annoying for Morokune to deal with. And we're going to see Dgessner throw out Elsa Maria to just really protect this Labyrinth and make sure that it stays working on Kyoko, assuming that a transformation doesn't get her out of there, which is probably about to happen. Or maybe a friendship? the activate and then the move. It's going to randomly shuffle one of QB's cards back into its deck. And then just move Kyoko onto that school rooftop. Very unlucky timing on time stops against QB here for Morokune. Dgessner is going to trigger Purpose of Nerve, which is some power that Morokune really wants right now. And then we're going to see Dgessner just do a Persuasion real quick to get Kyoko back over. And then throw out Madoka with Hopeful Wish. Ooh, getting Madoka out the gate. Perhaps trying to go for an early tragedy here if he can clash Kyoko into Ophelia. Gendo has horrendous fate pressure, so it's going to be very hard for Morokune to contest an early Madoka kill here. We just see some tanks played out and whatnot and some discards, which moves Ariel from Morokune. You see Dgessner going over here. Definitely feels like he's trying to set up for an early tragedy. He's done plenty of discarding and going through his deck to find it pretty effectively. A mass production and a committee meeting. Throwing that committee meeting on Terminal Dogma is going to be very annoying. Morokune has gotten quite unlucky with the ordering of these heroes. Like Dgessner getting a hero on almost every fate has been very strong for him. It's put Morokune in a horrible position. And if Dgessner has tragedy with Gendo insanely fate locked here, it would be very easy to set up the early Madoka kill, which would be a huge boost. We're seeing an Omnipresence play into Immortality. Makes sense. Dgessner's gone through a lot of his deck now. He really wants to put a bunch of cards that he likes back in. He's going to get a -1 on Madoka, because why wouldn't he? And then he gets to drop to 5 because of Ophelia's ability. This is a very strong QB game from Dgessner right out the gate. And it looks like Morokune is going to take this opportunity, especially because he has a Misato activate to play a card, to get over there and get committee meeting just gone. And that does that. We're going to see Dgessner go over here. Are we going to see a tragedy? Oh no, he's actually just going to get Companion out. I guess he didn't have it, or he doesn't want to lose Ophelia. Ophelia and Gertrude into a Madoka kill here would go pretty hard. Oh, he's thinking twice about it? Does he have tragedy? Can he hear me speaking to him right now? He does have tragedy. Yeah, I mean, I would lose Gertrude here because Elsa Maria actually, does something. And that's going to get him the 2 power back with Grief Seeds. It's going to get rid of Ophelia, so no more big hand size, but it also gets rid of Madoka, the most dangerous of all of Madoka's, of all of the tile heroes here. So this has put, it's just an AT field on Ariel. That fate doesn't do anything because Third Impact is going to get rid of Ariel later. We're going to see the Nerve Tank kill on the mass production, which will also move Ariel because a card has been discarded from a location, the Nerve Tank. And the mass production, I guess, would also count here. We're going to see a Magi activate. Interesting that he doesn't have a Misato activate to get another tank or something out. Disrespected my man Kozo. Unbelievable. He still had to play a card, so he's going to get a Nerve Artillery out here. Must not have had 2 cards that you could easily play using Misato in the play a card. Oh, we're going to see a Companion with the top play a card into the bottom play a card playing Obsessive Wish, turning on Companion's play a card ability to then play Lonely Wish. So Hamura and Mami are both out. And immediately going to get I'm surprised he's going for Mami first instead of Hamura, but, It is faster to kill Mami, which is fair, but Hamura is definitely the more dangerous one. We're going to see Morokune go over to Nerve HQ and throw down Ray and put the Ava 0/0 on Ray and then just discard a ton of cards. Unless that last card is Third Impact, or Adam should have all the cards he needs now to get things underway. He's got a really strong setup for the Gendo crawl. Oh, and here we're going to see Sayaka get the time stop out of here. And that makes a 3-cost wall Purgashnot to really start lowering Mami. So probably what we're looking at here is the Dgessner wants to clash Mami and then hopefully get hopefully clash Sayaka to get back Tragedy. Or he can actually just get Tragedy back here. Oh, this is very unfortunate for Morokune, because now Dgessner will have Tragedy and Charlotte to very easily kill Hamura, and if he could just Tragedy Hamura, this game is going to go very quickly. Gendo needs to play Adam on his turn immediately. Gonna see a Persuasion to get Mommy back over here. Maybe a Madness to clash Mommy immediately. Or it could just be a Torment to weaken Mommy. I could see a Madness. Oh, a Machinations, actually. And that's a location Gendo has to be going to like every other turn, so that's definitely going to trigger. And we're going to see him get rid of Companion at the end of his turn so that when he comes back to Mommy later, or if he persuades Mommy into him, he can get that clash. Here we're going to see the third Impact in Adam play. That's going to get rid of Ariel and get Gendo's gameplay going. There are only 5 cards left in the Fate deck. One of them, I believe, is a Red Alert. 2 others have passed. So with a lucky Red Alert shuffle, are we going to see just an instant Charlotte kill? Only 1 Labyrinth in this game is crazy, by the way. Fruit of Life to just put Ariel back on top so that it has to be a 5 strength or guaranteed for Gendo here. Gonna see 2 -1s put onto Hamura. Might end up just clashing Hamura as well at this rate. And then doing the Tragedy into Sayaka. Gonna trigger Machinations and not even gonna worry about the Charlotte stuff. Just gonna put Sayaka over there for an easy clash. Or for an easy Labyrinth usage. We're going to see the big kill, and that's going to also trigger Kirsten on that Machinations move so that Dgessner gets to play Kirsten. Morokune kills Ariel using the Ray Robot, and then I assume a Nerve Tanks or something was there. Yeah, Nerve Tanks was there. Activating Ava Cage to then take back Ava 00 and pay 1 to put it back on Ray. Very set up for more kills. Hopefully has Horrible Truths in hand. But Gendo is going to have to really zoom here because this is there's that other Labyrinth. Just a little bit of protection at the end for that top Fate. This is a very, very strong position for Dgessner. I imagine he's probably going to want to hit Sayaka. Yeah, Sayaka with that. He's guaranteed got Tragedy in hand, so Hamura is dead. And even if Hamura gets out of there, then Sayaka can die to the Tragedy. We're going to see a Horrible Truth with Ray's Robot. And then a Nerve Tank, the Nerve Tank for the Horrible Truth, and then the Ava 00 to kill Gagil. Looking a little light on allies here. Shinji's still got his Robot, and then a Nerve Artillery to support, but no bonus Nerve Tanks here can be pretty rough. I think it was the Horrible Truth on Ray, which discarded a Robot, and then the Nerve Tank, Nerve Artillery. Well, honestly, back to the start is probably the play here. Friendship is nice, I guess, but Friendship doesn't really matter because now he's just going to Tragedy away Hamura. So it doesn't matter if Hamura has minus tokens or not. And then Sayaka is going to... It's almost like they can hear me sometimes, I swear. And then Sayaka will go right back to -2 by the time he gets back over there, just Torment her down to 0. So back to the start stops the Tragedy kill this turn, but honestly, I'm not sure that's going to make a difference either at this point. Hard to tell. Are we going to see another Fruit of Life? Oh, he's debating if he wants to just throw back in Ava 01, which honestly is fair, and then just hope that a 4 or 5 strengther comes out of here. Morokune is at 2 instrumentality tokens already? Oh, this is the last Red Alert is why. Guaranteed Red Alert from Dgessner. This Gendo game has actually gotten a lot closer than I expected it to. There were very good... It was very good, yeah, I'd lose like Shinji here. Very good angel orderings for Morokune because of the 2 early Red Alerts. Activating Misato to get another Nerve Tank out there. But it looks like Dgessner must have game if he's not bothering to Fate here. How did Sayaka get that extra -1? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the Tragedy. I don't know if that's how he did it or if I just missed a -1, but Tragedy getting rid of Elsa Maria would put the -1 on Sayaka anyway, so it was game no matter what. Dgessner just had game, and even if he didn't have game, well, they deleted that really fast. Even if he didn't have game, it was a guaranteed Red Alert on Morokune, and there's no telling if there would have been another Red Alert on the reshuffle. 3 Red Alerts out of like 14 cards. In Morokune's favor, but you never know. It could have just pulled out another one, and Morokune had just used both Horrible Truths. So pretty close game, but I think it was pretty comfortably in QB's hand there. I don't think there was a lot that the Gendo could do with how both of those villains work to get out of that. That was a crazy QB game, though. That early Madoka kill was wild. Very wild. Another Tetsuo ban from Morokune. I don't even know if Dgessner plays Morokune. Or Dgessner plays Morokune. If Dgessner plays Tetsuo. Maybe it's just a meme that they're doing. We're going to see a Yaldabaoth ban. I also don't know if Morokune plays Yaldabaoth. Dgessner might just not be... Oh, okay. Dgessner wants to play Sebastian, and he doesn't want to play against Yaldabaoth as Sebastian. Sebastian does not really like the Yaldabaoth matchup, because by the time Sebastian wants to be able to fate lock his opponents so that he can guarantee his tokens is in the like mid to late game, and that's also when in the mid to late game is when Yaldabaoth is set up enough that he can basically guarantee having his top fate open whenever he needs it open. So it's very hard for Sebastian to get those guaranteed fate locks against Yaldabaoth. That's my take, at least. I don't know if that's exactly what Dgessner's thought process was or not, but that's how I would do it. But we're going to see Sebastian versus Diaboron here, so this is a very interesting matchup. Sebastian takes a little while to get through his initial setup and all, and Diaboron going first will have a bit of an advantage on this. But if Sebastian can get his setup in the early game done fast enough to where he can, like, bury Diaboron in the, like, just have him absolutely fate-locked in his Inframon and Karamon phase, then Sebastian can force out a lot of tokens that Diaboron will just not be able to stop. Which means actually what Morokune really wants to do in the mid-game especially is he'll want to kind of hard focus not fating so that he can keep his availability to go to his bottom fate whenever he wants. Oh, and we're going to see a turn 1 Phantom Hive Ring and move CL over. Okay, okay. So this is looking very good for Dgessner then. Like I was just saying, if he can get his early setup done fast, he'll be in a very strong position. And getting Phantom Hive Ring off the rip is a huge, huge boon to getting Sebastian's game underway. So now what Dgessner really wants to do, he still needs to get out a couple of more very important cards. We're going to see him throw down Faustian Bargain, and also we saw Morokune throw out a Mass Clone and a basic data, just setting up his territory with more and more things for the Karamon and the Inframon phases, as Diaboron does early. Yeah, this is going to be an Angelwomon. He just wants to get Tokyo Bay covered. We could see a Cable Crusher to open that up, but if Diaboron takes the time to Cable Crusher to Fate, then he's not making much progress. That's the trade-off there. But what Dgessner really wants right now is he really wants to get Morning Tea and Pocket Watch pretty quick here, and Pluto is another good one. And with Phantom Hive Ring out, he can get his early setup done really quick, which is what he really needs right now, so that he can take advantage of Diaboron's mid-game where he's fate-locked a lot. We're going to see Diaboron get Sumemon on turn 3, I think? Turn 3, roughly? Turn 2 or 3? I think that should be turn 3. Fate, Apartments, Internet. Yeah, turn 3, so very, very good early Sumemon get. Didn't even have to use Digivolution for it, which is even better. Interesting. Playing Baron Kelvin instead of Drossel here. Just going to throw him at Phantom Hive and then take CL over to Phantom Hive. I imagine we could see a Yes My Lord coming from Dgessner here to just get Baron Kelvin out of there while still getting to use Funeral Parlor. Oh, we're actually going to see him do an I'll do it myself to get him over to Joker, and we can Joker down. And then just discarding Tanaka. Poor Tanaka. He's such a neat card, but he does so little. Oh, he's going to throw down Pluto instead of going for the Yes My Lord. Pluto is a great early game tool, very good to draw early as Sebastian to just get some quick power going and set up an early Dark Influence. I play a lot of Sebastian. It's hard for me not to talk about Sebastian a lot. Meanwhile, over in the internet, or the military network, specifically with Diaboron, we're seeing him throw out some mass clones, do some shuffling with Sumemon. He's just going through his early game motions. Diaboromon's game only really takes off once Karamon starts happening. We're going to see a deletion of Kabuterimon. That's probably just going to be Kabuterimon throwing at, yeah, either Apartments or Internet. Wants to make sure that when the Karamon phase happens, he doesn't get a lot out of it. We're going to see Dgessner discarding some cards as well, and then he put Pluto in his hand, gains 3, and then he's going to throw Pluto back out. And they're going to see a Yes My Lord to blow up Joker, open up that top fate, can go back to Pluto next turn, move CL into position. Very, very strong Sebastian start from Dgessner. But we also see that Morokune is going to hit Caramon here. Doesn't have Control Orb out yet. Doesn't have a lot of items to make use of. But a basic data military network isn't too bad. Probably just going to see a Henry here to take away 2 of that power. Honestly, covering Central London isn't the worst here. Covering Houndsworth is covering the top fate, which means that Dgessner has to deal with that now. But covering Central London, even if Henry would die, wouldn't be too bad because it would stop the move-play shenanigans here. Because now, instead, Dgessner is going to be able to get a lot of power. And we're going to see a flawless Butler play. Okay. Metal Garurumon and Brave Resolve. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I might have gone ahead and covered Military Network there. I don't think we've seen any Catastrophe Cannons, though, so turning on the Catastrophe Cannon early would be unfortunate. But we are going to see, this is an early Sumamon Caramon. A lot of discarding from Dgessner, and then he's going to draw up. He's really hoping to draw, like, Demonic and Pocket Watch he really needs. We're going to see a strong turn here. Faustian Bargain is going to trigger, so that'll be used on Dgessner's next turn. Going to get a lot of power at Military Network here, a gain 5, and then throwing out a premium data here and a special data here, probably looking to be able to Cable Crush Angelwomon out of there. 1 cost Pluto, we see some Faustian Bargain nonsense going on. Going to see a Delicious Soul. So, Dgessner has 4 play cards here, which is insane, and they're all discounted with Flawless Butler. I rarely use Faustian Bargain myself, but man, Faustian, however you say it, man, can it pop off on turns like this. We're going to see him get the Pocket Watch out at a discount and Finian out at a discount. Okay, so he's going ahead and throwing out allies even though he hasn't gotten Dark Influence yet. Probably wanting to set up a quick, strict discipline, just discarding, cleaning up. We haven't seen Undertaker yet, so he doesn't really have to worry about discarding a lot because he will be able to put them all back in with Undertaker. Now, a bit of a problem that we're going to have for Dgessner here is that Diaboron has managed to open back up the top fate, which is going to be rough. We're probably going to see William move Pluto out of here in some fashion. Throw him over at Houndsworth, yeah. So now, Diaboron having both of his fates available is going to be a rough time for Dgessner. He needs to get that locked back up ASAP. We're going to see him gain 3 with CL, getting rid of Dark Influence, interesting, and then going for a fate. There's Paladin mode, that'll get rid of 2 power. This is a great time to get that power sync. And then throw out Imperial Dramon. Lose that 2 power. And draw. Morokune is going to put special data into Sebastian's Fate discard. That's going to be a weird one. Gets that extra play a card thanks to that. And then we're going to see a multiplication. Presumably for a basic data. Or I could see a special data to apartments here. Oh no, Kabuteramon's there. Definitely not that. Never mind. I'm stupid. They're going to see a Fate, going to get Grell and kill Finian. Honestly, I would have double-stacked that top Fate and killed Pluto there, personally, but I don't hate this play. That is like a dead Grell if he just wants to go over there. Are we going to see a Demonic? He's not putting Pluto in his hand, which is interesting. Or we're just going to see him throw down Morning Tea and then Clash Henry. Intriguing. We're going to see a special data here to play a premium data. And then another Cable Crusher. Oh, no, a Catastrophe Cannon to gain and play and throw out a countdown. Okay, yeah, fair enough. It's hard when Phantom Hive Ring is in position to catch a non-power gaining Sebastian. Although, to be honest, Sebastian really wants to play some cards that'll get him some kills here. He needs to clean up these heroes ASAP. And it looks like his hand is just very bad and he's discarding it all. A late game, yeah, this is a good call. Get rid of mass clones, get Omnimon in play, and double cover that top fate for when the Inframon phase hits here. What's going to have to happen here is now, with Omnimon and Imperial Dramon both there, are we going to see Inframon here? Potentially? No, a Control Orb, okay. What we're going to see here is Dgessner really needs to lock Diaboron and Inframon long enough to get 2 of his tokens. Clean his territory and get 2 of his tokens. I don't think we've seen Ronald or Angela yet. The Sebastian Fate deck order has been pretty kind to Dgessner, not hitting him with either of those early. Or Madame Red. I don't think any of the Fates needed. I'm interested in what his plan with Pluto and all is here. I mean, honestly, here, you probably just Destin Bond Imperial Dramon to lose to. I guess you could play Angemon just to get another body out. I would probably Destined Bond Imperial Dramon because that guarantees, outside of some Catastrophe Cannon nonsense, it guarantees not getting Inframon this turn. I think even with Catastrophe Cannon, it would guarantee it. And then we're going to see a Yes My Lord to kill Grell and finally make some progress on cleaning up this territory. We're going to see a basic data here to gain 3. I assume we're going to see... Is Inframon in the discard pile? Did I miss an earlier... Oh, he's going to put a Cable Crusher back in. He wants it for the Diaboron phase, presumably. He's going to Cable Crush here. Interesting. I guess he hasn't drawn Inframon yet. I thought he was going here to get the Inframon Clash on Angemon. Finally putting Pluto back into his hand, gaining that power, moving CL over so that he can make use of Pocket Watch later. And also getting rid of Soul Starved for 3. Very good. You're going to see Pluto thrown at... Oh, we're going to see a Demonic, actually. And he's just going to keep Demonic in because he's waiting for Ronald or Angela to hit, and he wants to be able to kill them. A Brave Resolve here is going to throw out War Greymon at Tokyo Bay. Double cover that again to stop the... Morokune is really trying to make sure that when he enters Inframon, he can contest this top fate to try and stop Sebastian from getting away with tokens, which is clever. But... it is keeping him out of Inframon for longer, and he keeps using more and more items to keep his power where he needs it to be. Putting back in a Catastrophe Cannon, good power gain in this situation. He's going to throw out a special data. He's trying to set up the double Cable Crusher. There's Ronald, Last Fate Angela. Yep, I'm just going to throw them back there. So I imagine what we're probably going to see is a... Demonic kill on Ronald, move CL into Pocket Watch to get Demonic back. Or if he really doesn't want to Fate this turn, he could blow up William and then just clash. Yeah, and then just clash Ronald. Which I don't hate. And then a Delicious Soul, probably to take back Demonic so it doesn't get into his reshuffle. So, Dgessner has a very open territory. He has his ideal setup. He doesn't have any allies out, which is fine, because Sebastian can boost out allies quick if he needs to. I imagine we're probably going to be seeing... This is a special data play, I assume. Probably going to be seeing Inframon here, finally, and then the clash into Kabuterimon. Discarding with Control Orb to move basic data. I guess he still hasn't drawn Inframon. That early Sumamon and Karamon went really well for him, but the late Inframon draw appears to be giving a lot of trouble for Dgessner. We're going to see him throw down Pluto. He's completing Phantom Hive Manor when Phantom Hive Manor isn't even out. Pocket Watch to get back Delicious Soul. Probably just going to discard that again immediately. Oh, Fate. Data Overload. It's a good turn for Data Overload. I'd just stick him in Military Network. He ain't doing anything there. Technically, they're supposed to leave Data Overload out, but we all know what's happening here. We're just going to see a Catastrophe Cannon. He's going to pay 1 and then gain 3, so he's still not getting Inframon out. I assume he just hasn't drawn it. Moving CL over, going for a Fate. This Fate is Angela, actually, so if he has, like, Phantom Hive or something, if he can threaten Phantom Hive here, and he's just going to blow up Mass Clones, fair play, fair play. Honestly, I might move Omnimon back into that. Oh, he's going to Delicious Soul to take back... Presumably, he's getting the Phantom Hive Manor, the Grandiose Party, that's what it's called. I keep mixing up the name of the effect and the location. Are we going to see the double Cable Crush here? It looks like we are. Oh, no, we're going to see Inframon, actually. And then maybe Cable Crush War Greymon off of it. Oh, no, a Catastrophe Cannon. Oh, is he going to blow up Kabuterimon? No, he's going to gain power. He wants to stay very high on power right now. And then he is going to go into the Cable Crush. Man, having the, opening the top fate here is crazy for Morokune. He's very behind on getting Inframon done, but having the top fate open against Sebastian like this is very strong for him. I think there was just a little question about how some turns went there. So I think what we really want to see from Dgessner here, if he wants to get the lead, he's got to get a token fast now that Inframon is out. He has to get at least 2 tokens during this Inframon phase. We're going to see a Demonic kill to blow up Baron Kelvin. Interesting. And get his power back up and take Demonic right back. And then we're going to see a Fate. Probably throw out Angemon. And then just move, like, Imperial Dramon back onto that top Fate. No, you can't do both of them like that. Angemon is different locations. They have to be spread out. Putting War Greymon at Internet, which is interesting. and then throwing Imperial Dramon onto Tokyo Bay. All right. And then Morokune is finally going to go over to Internet and move special data over, do another Catastrophe Cannon, and use it to do 2 playa cards to just try and rush through Inframon here, get those cards out fast, do a discard with Control Orb, and then go for a Fate. This is Angela. This is going to be a strong Angela setup. We do know that Dgessner has Demonic to immediately blow this up. I think we might know that Morokune has another Cable Crusher in hand, which is less than ideal for Dgessner. He really needs to do, yeah, probably just delete the data there. I think Dgessner is, unfortunately, he's being a little too timid about throwing out objection cards. Dahlia isn't even in the game yet. He's being a little too timid about throwing out, like, not Phantom of Mana, throwing out the cards he needs to get his tokens, because he's trying to, like, only do it when he gets a guaranteed Fate Lock. We're going to see Inframon, Clash, Kabuterimon, throw out some premium data and whatnot. I think that's what he's trying to do, and it's really going to come back to bite him. Throwing out a Mind Control and getting Baldroy in play. Okay, then going for a Fate. Data Overload. Probably should have fated first to see about getting this guaranteed data overload and then potentially setting up a token, if possible. Military Network lets him clash Angemon, but it's really the best place to put him here because you know he's got a, he has a Cable Crusher. I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed that we know that Dgessner has, or that Morokune has one in hand. And he didn't gain power with Phantom Hive Ring, so this is going to trigger Countdown, which is going to go to Military Network, because that is where Inframon is after the Fate. Pulling out a special data, the other premium must be in his hand. It's the only thing that makes sense there. Doesn't get to move this turn, he's just going to discard Kuramon to throw out a card, and then see a multiplication. Only spent one on it, so probably a basic data over to Tokyo Bay or Apartments. And then clashes Angemon to end out his turn. Very strong position for Diaboron. I think that Dgessner has unfortunately not gotten... He really needed to get a token or two early here, and he just didn't. And now he's going to try and get Dark Influence, but Morokune is going to have the opportunity to undo it. Going to move over the premium data. He is going to use it to gain the 3 power. And then Cable Crush Imperial Dramon. So he's not going to set up getting out of Inframon this turn. He's going to be in Inframon for at least one more turn. You're going to see Ronald and Grell. Very likely that... interesting play. Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say, if he just moves him over to here, it's very likely that Dgessner can get out of the Dark Influence. Still very likely, or the Dark Influence, still very likely that he could get the Dark Influence here with a Yes, My Lord. He just won't be able to kill Ronald in the process. Okay, what is he doing here? He's thinking. I mean, I would probably move CL over into getting Demonic, gain 3, and then play Yes, My Lord if you have it. If he doesn't have Yes, My Lord. Well, he can still get it if he just does the Phantom Hive Ring double move. Oh, interesting. He's going to play I'll Do It Myself and hit Ronald that way. And then move CL over. So this will get Dark Influence. It will get him a token, which he desperately needs right now. What he really, really needs to do is he needs to set up either Grandiose Party or... I guess Chess Negotiation is his most likely other one. He's got to get a Silverware going, though. Destined Bond and Deletion. Probably Omnimon to top fate or Imperial Dramon to top fate. You could also Destined Bond Angelwomon here just to move stuff around a lot in general. Taking away the 2 power and moving over Imperial Dramon is pretty good, I'd say. And that does get him a token. Dgessner really has to get another token in the next, like, turn or two. Otherwise, it is not looking great for him. Because it is looking like Morokune is definitely going to get into Diaboron here. Going to see a Catastrophe Cannon to get some power back up and play out. So he's setting up where data overload can't stop him from getting what he needs. Henry and Soul Starved. Yeah, he just wants a body on that top fate right now for sure. It's going to take away 2 power from Dgessner. It's looking very much in Morokune's favor here, I think. D gained 2 there? Did he gain 2? How did he gain 2? I think that was a mistake. Alright, so we are going to see Morokune get into Diaboron, and it looks like he doesn't have a get rid of Imperial Dramon. Well, actually, he could get rid of Imperial Dramon if he has Cable Crusher in there. I don't know if he does, though. I think they're both in his discard now. We're going to see a Digivolution. He just wants to be able to get into Armageddon lickety-split, as we say down south. Is he actually going to play? He is going to play straight into Armageddon. He can't clash Omnimon here. He's not going to use Diaboromon's form at all. Okay. Just straight into Armageddon. Alright, alright. I think that's everything he can do this turn. He might be debating if he does want to do this or not, or do something else. So he might be thinking about doing a control orb thing. Yeah, and he's gonna move a mass clone over. Trying to get the mass clone over to Metal Garurumon and Wargreymon. That is gonna trigger mind control. Interesting the Dgessner would do that. Doesn't that ruin his Grandiose Party? Because he kind of has to get Grandiose Party this turn, or he is, like, in a rough spot. Oh, Wargreymon died? Oh, did he? Oh, he used Armageddon's ability to blow up Wargreymon. Oh, wow. And then he's taking all of his item turns as a result. 3 basic datas and then a player card out of that. Wow. Alright. Very interesting. He's gonna go over here for Grandiose, but he can't get the thing now. Oh, no, no, he's already at 6 in hand. How did he have a 5th card in hand? I must have missed it. Oh, I'm stupid, chat. I'm stupid. He just got the demonic early. I'm dumb. I didn't think about how that would work out at all. I've never done that play as Sebastian before. That's really cool tech. That was very neat. Didn't even occur to me that, like, well, duh, he'll just already have the... It's just doing the move, like, a turn early. It's fine. He'll still have the card in his hand. So now we're going to see a Delicious Soul. Presumably he's taking Cleaning Up. Dgessner could make a crazy comeback here since he was able to get that Grandiose Party. Because now, if he can just get his hands on Cleaning Up and Demonic, he can very easily finish up this, he's checking what this card is if he really wants it, if he wants to multi-fate it. I'd probably full fate anywhere here because of how Diaboromon's fate deck works. You don't want to get caught out on a Brave Resolve or something. But he had, okay, if it is Brave Resolve, then he of course wants it immediately. He chose the incredibly verbose dog over the dinosaur. I like to take note of who chooses Metal Garurumon or Wargreymon. I don't know why my brain was so locked in on you have to add the cards to your hand during your turn for Grandiose Party. That's simply not how it works. Even I can make mistakes, chat. Alright, so this is a very strong setup. Morokune has to fate here, otherwise he's basically losing the game. We're going to see Metal Garurumon die immediately to the mass clones. And then William and Baron Kelvin very likely to be able to stop Cleaning Up here. I think it all depends on Dgessner's hand and where Morokune puts this hero, because he wants to put the hero in such a way that Dgessner cannot do a demonic and a yes my lord kill. Yeah, I'm not sure how, if at all, Dgessner gets Cleaning Up here. He might not be able to. Oh, he's gonna play... Oh, he's gonna try and get Strict Discipline next turn. Oh. Okay. Baldroy is at 3. Sebastian at this location would make 4. It's gonna be rough not to go to a Fate location on his next turn, though. It's gonna be very rough for him not to go to a Fate location on his turn. Although Morokune lacking 2 items and not having... Honestly, I might have blown up the premium data here. Lacking 2 items to blow up Imperial Dramon and having nothing else in his territory is not great. Cleaning Up didn't trigger, and he made sure that there was no possible way. I don't think there was any possible way Morokune could have gotten to that top fate this turn. So this might be... Oh, I think that Dgessner has to fate now, unfortunately. He's not going to be able to get a Strict Discipline. If Morokune has 2 items in hand, or multiplication, and an item, then he has game on board. Control Lord, premium data, go to military, play out 2 items. Dgessner is checking right now to see is it possible for Morokune to have game in hand. Oh, and either he's decided that Morokune doesn't have game in hand, it's unlikely for him to have game in hand, so he's taking the risk, or he knows that it's game anyway and is just gonna get his 3rd token even if it doesn't get him the win. This is going to very much come down to the wire. So that's 4, 7, 6, 13. Yep, that hit strict discipline. Whew, a token game with no cleaning up. You don't see that super often with Sebastian. Oh, he's taking his discards and all before he ends his turn. He had Undertaker if he really needed it too. That's 3 tokens. He's not in Showdown yet, and it looks like Morokune does not have game in hand. He does just need 1 more item, and he is going to get a fade off here. Do it again or do it again. Take your pick. Probably just really wants to mess up Phantom Hive Ring. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, not bad. Decent positioning. He's going to be able to fix it while going to his top fate. Ooh, does he have Delicious Soul? This game is about to get really close. He's going to move the ring instead. If he has Delicious Soul, he really wants to play it this turn. Honestly, I might delete here. If you think he still doesn't have the other item he needs, I would delete the premium data. I think that that's a better shot than playing out Metal Garurumon for the win. Dgessner really needs to pull one of the Brave Resolves to get Omnimon. Oh, he's actually going to play Demonic and blow up William. Okay. And then he either has a gain power with CL in the ring or he has another play a card, because I think his only play thus far was playing that Demonic. Yeah. I don't think he's gained power yet from the ring. Yeah, he loses Silverware because he clashed with Demonic. If Dgessner has Delicious Soul, he has game on board, because he can go here, Delicious Soul, play Demonic, blow up Ronald, enter Showdown at the same time. The fact that he didn't do a discard with CL there to try and get Delicious Soul tells me that he has it in hand. Plus, he considered just moving CL over last turn. So, Morokune basically has to win here or lose. He either has 2 items or it's game over because he can't fate. Man, oh man, did this game come down to the wire. Multiplication to get back out the premium data. Does he have an item? He unfortunately just does not have an item to use. And so I believe that is going to be game for Dgessner by the skin of his teeth. Delicious Soul gets rid of CL, enters Showdown, and then plays Demonic for 3 and blows up Ronald, ends his turn with no heroes. What an insanely close game. What an insanely close game. I really thought we were going to be going to a game 3 on this one. It's been nothing but 2-0s thus far in the tournament. That's crazy. I really thought that Morokune could have had it. He just unfortunately did not draw into the item that he needed at the very end there. Just did not work out. I think that probably what cost him this very end right here is that Morokune might have been a little too aggressive on opening up his top fate in that mid game. I think that he probably could have outsped Sebastian a little bit more if he had just focused more on that. However, at the same time, if he had done that, Dgessner might have played differently and gotten some tokens earlier. Who knows? So it would have been a very different game if that had happened. I also think that Dgessner might have been able to put more pressure on on Diaboron, maybe make it a little less close if he had just gone for some of those early like cleaning ups or dark influences or whatnot. But it worked out for him in the end. Just barely, but it worked out for him. A slightly different deck shuffle on Diaboron could have led to a very, very different game here. Or even on like a fate that didn't hit an item from Dgessner could have changed everything. But this is probably the closest game we've had in the tournament thus far. Incredible game from both players. Great stuff. Great stuff. But that is going to be a 2-0 in Dgessner's favor. And so we will go take a look at the bracket and see how it's shaking out for round 2 now. And with that, we will see Dgessner with a 2-0 victory over Morokune. Great games from both players. Morokune, great stuff this year, getting into the top 16. Sorry to see you go. Hope to see you in some future tournaments. whether it's Tournament Arc 2026 or some other stuff we do in the Discord server. Congrats to Dgessner for moving on. I believe he was in the top 16 last year, so he's made it into the top 8 this year, whether he was last year or not, I don't remember exactly. Oh, no, wait, was he in the top 8 last year? Maybe he was in the top 8 last year, actually. Was he one of the seeded players this year? I think he might have been. I really should have double-checked this before recording this, but it's fine. He knows how far he got or not. But he's in the top 8 this year, that for certain, and he will be waiting to see who wins between Wako and Falchion to see who his round 2 match will be. Looking forward to that. So hope you're all loving Tournament Arc. We're halfway through round 1. Hopefully we'll get some of the games from the right side of the bracket next time. And I'll catch you all next time for the next game. Until then, farewell.